Hello everyone, Angelina, Sparkling Deva, and I've got another pick a card reading for you, again to do with the Lion's Gate, what is important for you right now at this moment in time when we are headed towards the Lion's Gate. I already announced that with my last reading that I would want to do several readings during this period of time because so much is going on, so much is happening then. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Lion's Gate, give a little bit of information about it. And as I do that, you can either skip to the time stamp of the set of your choice, or you can just enjoy and focus on the cards or the crystals and feel which one resonates with you. And as always, it's from left to right, 1, 2, 3. But I'm first gonna get into the Lion's Gate, just a wee bit of information as to what it is and why it is so important. It is basically the biggest gate, a portal, gateway portal of the year, every year, right? We have a Lion's Gate every year, and it begins to open, really open on the 26th of July. And it gets to its peak on the 8th of August, so 8 of the year, every year. And it is called the Lion's Gate because it's in when it starts to really open. We are in the star sign Leo, but there's also something else to do with lions and lionesses. Energetic ones that are very powerful, and these are connected, if not mistaken, to Sirius. I might be able to tell you a little bit about that next time. At the moment, I'm from the top of my head, I can't remember how or what, but there's also that aspect, which is why, for instance, Celia Fenn is talking about this year a lioness, a star lioness, and that's not, well, in a way related to the star sign Leo, but not just that. It's more than just that. But anyhow, that's one reason why it's called Lion's Gate, and there's another reason what makes this also special. There's a number of reasons actually why this is such a powerful time. First of all, the star sign Leo, of course, those influences, because Leo is a very, very powerful sign, right? So also this time, even if you're not a Leo, is a very powerful time. Leadership, authority, and so on and so forth. It's just, Leo is very strong, right? Just think of lions in the wild, and lionesses is, yeah, beautiful animals. And but also around the 26th of July, the star Sirius will be visible again at the horizon. And in ancient times, the ancient Egyptians especially, that moment when the star Sirius was visible at the horizon was the beginning of their new year, because that was such an important moment for them. And it was also the time where the river Nile flooded, which made the soil around the direct area of the river Nile fertile. And that was, possibly is, I'm not certain, but was, at least in those days, the only fertile ground they had around the river Nile. So the flooding of the Nile was very important, very sacred. And also the star Sirius, it is twice as big as our own sun, and it shines 20 times brighter. And it is also referred to, but well, it was called that way by ancient people as well, but I feel that way too, as the spiritual sun, right? And so that is also all very important. And then the peak of the Lion's Gate on the 8th of August, the number 8 It's the infinity symbol, is also a power symbol, very powerful, infinity, right? And so there's a number of reasons why there are such strong energies, and all that is going on. The triggers, no, not triggers you, that's the wrong word. Makes you let go of things. That's the idea of it. That you, because the idea is that you get to the highest version of yourself, the purest, most authentic, most loving and lovable version of yourself. And in order to get there, you have to let go of old stuff that doesn't serve you any longer. That can be past life stuff, it can be ego stuff, childhood issues, right? Any limiting thoughts, patterns, beliefs, relationships even that are outdated. That can be any kind of relationship, doesn't have to be just a love relationship. So that's why for many people it's such a turbulent time. Some people go through it and don't experience a lot of trouble and they have a glorious time. For me, myself, the last 3 years, I think, I'm not entirely certain, 3, 4 maybe, have been great. But before that, I have had a number of years where I was just completely totaled, utterly shattered and totaled, couldn't do anything. And I was so happy at the time I wasn't working because I would not have been able to, I don't think. I think I would have had to call in sick or something. I just really couldn't function properly. And that lasted, because that period is quite long, because it starts to open at the 26th of July and then it peaks at the 8th of August, but then it's still another 10 days approximately, so mid-August, for it to really, die down. So that's quite a long period of time. It's almost a month. So then for weeks on end, I was just like, this is absolutely shattered. So, and then there's variations, right? I guess, right, from that bad to last couple of years, I have been doing great. Absolutely great. I had a whale of a good time. I felt wonderful and I was just dancing through it all. It was just wonderful. So you can be from anywhere in between that, or also have a really good time, maybe have a lot of difficulty, but then know why that is. And if you are having difficulty, that's why I'm doing the readings, to guide you through it. But also for the other people who are actually not having so much difficulty, it might also be handy to know what you can maybe focus on, what would help you to, just maybe even have a better time. So, that's a bit of info on the Lion's Gate. It really is a time to become the best version of you, the highest version of yourself. And like I try to explain, it can take a number of years or many years, depending on where you are and what you've already shed, to get there, right? I'm also not there yet, I don't think so. I hope not. I want more, and it's never done, right? It's as long as you live. But anyway, that means it's a time to just break with old habits and stuff, and start planting the seeds for that new, better or higher version, whatever word you wish to use, of yourself, of your life. Begin planting the seeds of that. So I'm trying to touch upon that with these readings of guidance, what you can do, should do, which seeds you can plant, and so on and so forth. And but whatever, I want to say as well, before I start the readings, whatever is happening to you in this period, maybe you're not feeling anything yet. That is possible because the portal hasn't fully opened yet, of course. Whatever you are going through or will be going through during the Lion's Gate, be nice to yourself, pamper yourself if need be, and love yourself. Right, and like when I had this really extreme experience of being totaled, then there is no, yeah, if you then start beating up on yourself, that's not gonna help either. The best thing you can then do is to just love yourself, hug yourself energetically, physically, be nice to yourself. Right? You can't will it away. That's not going to happen. It's not going to work. Just remember that it has a purpose, that your body is ridding itself of toxins and energetic things, etc., etc., and that your body is then working really hard to do that. Right? Anyhow, now we're gonna get going with the reading. I got one card of each set up here, so you can choose, and one crystal, and we have a peach moonstone, a blue calcite, and a banded, really lovely banded salmon colored pinkish agate. So 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. Just take your time if you haven't done that yet to feel which one is calling to you, either the card or the crystal or the timestamp, or just feel. And I will meet you at the timestamp of your choice. Right, numbers 1, 3 cards. We have Toth, Light Coach, Giraffe, and a moon card that I will translate for you because the deck is not available in English and I still like the deck. Anyhow, for you it is really very important to not get sucked into drama, conflict, old story, shadow, whatever kind of that stuff, right? Not even your own, not from what's going on around you either. And we get that from Toth. Because you can get a lot of high downloads and powerful initiations and codes coming in, etc. during this time, and in order to be able to integrate that, you will have to release old stories, limiting patterns and stuff, and basically have to make space for to be able to embody that high energy. So it is possible that you have things come up, old stories, old memories, old or maybe you bump into patterns, thought patterns, habits you have, or whatever. Or can also be in the environment. Then if you have stuff come up, that you see it reflected in your environment, that it's basically like a mirror, right? And because it resonates with you if it gets touched inside you. So if that happens, then it's just because you need to clear that out so you can allow these high energies and codes and initiations to come in. And so for some that could be quite intense. It doesn't have to be all that intense. It can be. So it will be different for everyone. But Giraffe also says that because the giraffe can see the higher perspective. And you are right now especially also invited to try and see your life and things around you then as well, if possible, from a higher perspective. And then you will see things differently, and it often won't touch you as much, trigger you as much anymore either, if you can get a higher perspective. And if you then start to feel differently or react differently, it will also affect the world around you. So then you will not get triggered from the environment so much anymore, or not mirrored anymore, or it will not affect you anymore in the same way. So that is very important for you right now. And that might be a bit of a balancing act, because that's also something, a lesson for giraffe, to learn to keep balance and coordination while having that higher perspective. So you also might need to be a bit of, balancing these things, the your inside, but also the higher cosmic energies, and still being grounded and stable, etc. And I also see that with the lightning, which is I need to get rid of the reading glasses, I think, now. Hang about. No, it's not going to work. The moon of the sky fire, insight and truth. And you are, as a human being, you are both of the earth and of the heavens, a cosmic. And do you trust that you will get what you need, and pay attention to signs on your path and use these signs? That's what it says on the card. So that's things to consider, to ponder. And I also feel that that lightning, there is the lightning comes from above to the ground, so you could say the cosmic to the earth, which is what I was trying to say with the balancing, and you being from the earth and the cosmos, both. It would be handy if you could flow both these energies through you in a balanced way, in equal way, as a conduit. Then you are really stable. But I'm so sorry. I was just reading about the lightning before I did the reading. For some reason, I felt important. And I read that actually we always think that the lightning comes from above to the soil, to the ground. But in actual fact, it's the other way around. It starts at the bottom by a build-up in energy, magnetics, or whatever. I can't completely remember, but you can look it up yourself if you really want to know. It actually starts at the bottom, because energetically things start to change, and that's what attracts that lightning to hit it. I had never heard that before. I had no idea. So again, so that it actually it's from the bottom up, even though what we see occur then afterwards is just a flash coming down. But the reason it comes down is because it started here at the bottom up, right? And then attracted it down, if that makes sense. So that's again the connection between heaven and earth being stable in that. And this can also be seen, so I feel there's multiple messages in this card, as the high incoming energies, the high incoming codes and light initiations that I spoke of with Toth, and also getting insights, like a flash of lightning, an insight, like where where you should go, what you should do, or whatever, and so it comes together nicely. And Toth is a teacher, a nice leader, and I mean nice, not this authoritarian, is that, or is that the wrong word? I can't remember. There is a word for it. A nice leader from the heart, right, and from wisdom. Not one from the ego and the head and it's just about power and all that stuff. I don't feel that that's a very nice leader. So with nice leader, I mean someone who leads naturally from the heart and with wisdom, almost like a role model. This person that people easily listened to when they speak. So anyhow, this is what it is. What is important for you right now. Try to steer clear from drama. If stuff comes up from inside of yourself, that's only just because you are getting higher energies come in, and they can't get in when that old stuff is still there, right? And if that happens, or when that happens, remain higher perspective of yourself, of life, and your life and around you, and keep your balance, keep stable, and all that I said with that card. So that is important for you right now. I hope this resonates with you, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Numbers 2. I'll put your crystal here as well, the blue calcite. We have the crystal skull, wisdom, donkey, and then the moon of the longest night. I will translate that. It's in Dutch. The deck is not available in English. For some reason, I feel in the donkey card is the most important one at least to begin with. I'll give you a bit of background. The donkeys originate from Sirius, which is typical because right now we have this Sirius influence so strongly, as I told you about in the intro, and that their souls desired to experience freedom, companionship, endurance when they came here on Earth. But then they were at some point domesticated and by people, by humans, and put to work. And they were often humiliated. They were also separated from their loved ones. I mean, who has a herd of donkeys? Hardly anyone, right? They had to do burdensome work, and so this life turned out to be quite a challenging initiation for them. And Archangel Mary and Gabriel are with them to help them with all that, to also help keep their hearts open. And that goes for you as well. And Archangel Gabriel is also there to assist you with your tests in life. If you connect energetically with a donkey, then you also get that connection with Gabriel, right? And you can just do that by that card. You don't have to go somewhere to visit a donkey. You could, but you don't have to. So I feel that maybe for you, you've also been or are going through a bit of a difficult time, wanting freedom like the donkeys did when they originally came here in Mesopotamia in that time. That you also want freedom and companionship, like with birds of a feather, with your own kind, right? Like a herd of donkeys in that sense. But that you don't have that, or you lost that, and you don't feel good about it. You feel maybe feel that things aren't fair at the moment in your life. It's just like, maybe even to the point of starting to feel sorry for yourself, this victimhood thing. But then just don't go there. If that resonates, just don't go there, because it has a purpose. The purpose is to get to a higher spiritual level. The reason that it's difficult, right? It's kind of like been a test to work through, and it's really very important for you right now to keep your heart open, regardless of what's going on. And challenges, like when you feel unhappy, it's unfair, things aren't working out, etc., 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 they actually can help you develop courage, confidence, and inner strength, and depending on what and how and where, of course, right, on the context. So just accept it, stay in your heart, and for God's sake, keep your heart open. Because so often the first thing people do is close their heart, bang, slam the door shut when something like that happens, when things feel like things are going against us, working against us, etc., etc. Use all experiences to strengthen yourself, and that will help you move to a higher level. And it's only a temporary thing, because then with the crystal skull, you are getting high incoming energies, and you will. The skull also says that clarity is coming. Things will become clearer in all aspects of your life. So this if you are indeed going through a bit of a difficult period, or will be very shortly, then everything that I said with that card, and remember, it's not going to last all that long, because you're going to get clarity. But in order to get that clarity, in all aspects of your life, you need to have your heart open. Otherwise, it's not really, it can't come in really, right? You're not ready to receive when your heart is closed. So try to keep it open as best as you can if you're going through a difficult time. And the downloads that are coming in, they often appear as your own inner guidance, which is then encouraging you to move forward. And that's the downloads. That's what the downloads do, right? So then your inner guidance comes up and encourages you to do something, or to move forward, or to make a decision, etc., etc. That's why it's so important to keep your heart open. Otherwise, you cannot even get to your inner guidance. So that, and you will get the clarity, and then you will know what to do. And then we get to that card, which says, and I'm sorry, I will have to remove it because I need my reading glasses. What do you wish to go for the coming time? And I feel this is the strongest one. There's always 3 sentences on there. Make a spiral with wishes from inside out. And you see that depicted on the card as well. And I feel that's the most important message of this card for this reading. You see that spiral, and this is the heart again, the open heart. It's coming. Your wishes are coming from the heart. Once you have that clarity, then you can make a path to guide you out of whatever troubled times you're in or challenges you encounter. So you can just mark that spiral with all your wishes, what you want, where you want to go, what do you want to manifest, and so on and so on. And then you can just follow that path. And so it has to come from the inside out. And I felt that when I started this reading, that's another important thing, is that you do not try to get that the other way around, from the outside in. And I'm not quite certain how to explain that. It was a feeling. And maybe you know yourself, but maybe an example could be like not feeling too brilliant and then trying to get things in the external to make you feel better. Right? That's from the outside to the inside, trying to do that. That's not going to work. And that could be anything. Could be drinking, smoking a joint, maybe shopping, buying a new whatever, using anything external, even just friendships, going out. That's not gonna work. This has to come from the inside out, from the heart. And then the inner guidance kicks in, and then you can receive the downloads with clarity and so on and so forth, and do that. So I hope this makes sense to you. It does to me, but it has, of course, to make sense to you as well, because you chose this reading, this set. And thank you for watching, and I'll be back again soon. Bye. Right, number 3. Where is your old crystals already there? Oh, I would like to turn it around. Is it so beautiful? We have the Halls of Learning, Guinea Pig, and then the Moon of the Shortest Night. And the guinea pig, I want to tell you a little bit about guinea pig because it's important, otherwise I wouldn't tell you. Guinea pig is the only animal that originates from Venus, and Venus is the cosmic heart. It's all about love, a pure, unconditional love, and so are these animals. And they have undertaken this mission to help open and heal hearts of people on Earth. And well, that's no small task, is it? Since most people's hearts are hurt or closed, etc. And but they can do that because they're so cute and small, and that makes that we easily accept them and love them and embrace them, so then they can do their work, right? And heal the hearts. So this is especially good for people who have suffered abused hearts or hurts and pain, etc. And if you just look at a guinea pig, even just this card, you automatically are connected through them or that image to the cosmic heart, which is Venus. And then you almost automatically, if your heart is open and ready to receive, you receive a download of pure unconditional love. And you can then also, if you carry that in your heart, and I can feel my own heart now opening and becoming wider, my heart chakra bigger, etc. If you are in that heart space, hold that energy there, have that energy there, you radiate that out and you touch other people, even if briefly. And then in turn, you then again get another wave of unconditional love from the universe. So it's then a beautiful circle of giving and receiving. It's absolutely beautiful. And with the halls of learning, there are 12 halls of learning, etheric universities, in the charge of Lord Kutumi. And one of them is the Hall of Learning concerning unconditional love. You can visit this in meditation when you sleep, during dreams. It's where you actually get education then, right, concerning that subject. And the card also means that your gifts, your spiritual gifts and talents are developing. And then if we combine that with the message here on the this moon card, which says if you pick unripe fruit, it will never ripen properly, meaning don't act too soon. Be patient, because your skills and talents are still developing. Allow it to do that, to come to full fruition. Right? You don't jump the gun. Just allow that time. Allow yourself that time. And especially because I think most of you who chose this have these big hearts, so much to give that you do not end up depleting yourself by giving prematurely, and then you have nothing left. It leaves you drained and depleted. You don't want that, right? So don't be too much in a hurry. Cultivate what you have and allow the time to develop your skills, but also what might be part of that is learning when to give, when not to give, how much to give, when to stop giving, right? So again, so you do not deplete yourself. Your own cup has to be full. And when it spills over, then you have something to give. But sometimes you just need a break to replenish yourself. Right? And you can also see that as a cup, like in the Ace of Cups in the tarot card, or just the heart here. This has to be full, bright, with light and love and everything, and then it radiates out, as you can see here. But if it doesn't radiate out anymore, then it's time to just take a break and to stop. Maybe you need to learn that. Right, so you don't, that also came up, and I'm getting goosebumps all over, and I'm usually hitting something, so you don't become a guinea pig for other people or even for your own ego. You're not a guinea pig in that sense, right? It can also have a negative connotation that you are being used, or you allow yourself to be used. Maybe that's what you have to learn as well. It's absolutely brilliant to have that ability or that purpose to spread love in the world, also for the earth, and through the ley lines and the grids of the planet, and to touch the hearts of other people. But that doesn't mean you can't have boundaries. You can still say, no, I don't like that. No, I don't want that, right? You do not always have to, just simply put, you don't have to be a people pleaser. You can also please yourself. That's also you. So don't allow yourself in that sense to become a guinea pig. And I think because that came up in me intuitively with this message of the unripe fruit, be patient. Allow yourself to learn and fully develop your spiritual talents and skills and abilities and everything. And I think for most of you, being able to say no, to have healthy boundaries, to know when it's okay to give also for yourself, right? And when not to. Because also, that's another thing, sometimes we wish to help and give with love, and we have the love to give in that moment, and we want it so much to do that because we see someone who needs it. But then sometimes it's the suffering of another person, or the difficulty they have to deal with, is part of their soul path, and they will then have to figure it out for themselves. And you need to develop that fine antenna to know when that's the case, and then to not try to force your help and love upon them. You can then still send them love, but what I then do sometimes in those cases, I connect with their higher self and ask permission. If I get that, you will know in your heart, you will feel that. Then I send a ball of love, kind of like this color, and I send that to that person, to the higher self, and then the higher self of that person will know when that person is ready to receive that, and will then sort of put it in their aura, right? And what you then do by sending it to them is allowing it to be close to their aura, but not in it yet. So you then do not interfere with the free will and choice and path of that person. But sometimes the higher self will not grant you permission, then don't do it. Always abide by the spiritual laws. If you feel that it's not okay, all right, then it's not your job. Anyhow, yeah, I suppose that's important to tell you, otherwise it wouldn't come up. I'm just trusting that. And this is what I have for you that is important for you right now. And I'll be back again soon. I hope this resonates with you. I'd love to hear that in the comments, by the way. And thank you for watching and listening. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.